What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing how The Flash seasons 1 through 6 really should have gone down. But before the video starts, make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment down below any other video suggestions. Also, make sure to subscribe to my second channel. Videos will be uploaded over there very soon, so make sure that you guys go over there and subscribe. Now, starting with season 1, it was basically perfect, other than the fact that maybe Iris could have found out Barry's secret a little bit earlier, but that's still fine how it worked out. And the episode 18 of season 1, All-Star Team-Up, I believe it's called, that was probably the worst episode of season 1, even though it wasn't bad or anything. It was just, it was the villain, the B villain, you guys remember that? She was not very good. That was probably the worst episode of season 1, but other than the fact that Iris could have found out Barry's secret a little earlier and a little bit, few changes to that one episode, I think season 1 is practically perfect. Now, season 2 definitely has more problems than season 1, but it's still an amazing season. But I think episode 1 of season 2 is the worst of the first 2 seasons because Barry kills without remorse. Although the Batman reference was cool, I don't really like the rest of the episode at all, so I would probably redo that whole episode. Then they try introducing Hawkgirl into the show, which is fine, I guess, but the actress was not very good. So I definitely think if they just chose a different actress, I think she could have been a way better character. And then finally, I like the idea of them turning Zoom into Black Flash, but I think they should have stuck to the comics by making them 2 separate people, because I really wanted Zoom to be a reoccurring character, sort of like Reverse Flash. I think that would have been amazing to see. So starting with season 3, Flashpoint was straight up awful. I made a video on how I think that should have gone, so make sure you guys check that out. But anyways, the first few episodes of season 3 were kind of boring, to be honest, and the weekly villains chosen just weren't that great. So maybe if they did something like season 6 where they have a main villain for the first 6 to 8 episodes, I think that would have worked a lot better. Now, a lot of people don't really care about this, but I don't think Wally should have gotten his speed from the Philosopher's Stone. I think he should have been struck by lightning or something along the lines of that, because that's what happens in the comics, so I think that would have been a good nod to the comics if they did something along those lines. Savitar is a pretty good villain, not amazing or anything, but he's definitely not too bad. But I can't believe how annoying Iris was in this season, so that's one of the main things I would change. So yeah, this is probably Iris's worst season. This season and the next season, season 4, are definitely Iris's worst season, so I would definitely have to make some changes on Iris. And finally, for season 3, Savitar's identity definitely should have been revealed probably like 5 episodes earlier than it was, and Black Flash never should have been killed. I think that's extremely stupid how they just killed off Black Flash, one of the, most well-known comic book speedsters that there is. So yeah, it definitely would have made a lot of changes to season 3. Now on to season 4, and I want to start with the fact that Iris never should have led Team Flash ever. She should always be the journalist, just like the comics. I think it's really dumb how they made her, lead the Team Flash. So yeah, that is why part of why she was really annoying in season 4 as well as season 3. So yeah, that should definitely be changed. The first 4 episodes were average, but then we have episode 5 titled Girls' Night Out. This episode should just straight up be deleted from the show, as it was one of the worst Arrowverse episodes that I've ever watched. But besides that, the first part of the season is actually not bad at all. We can clearly see that Barry and DeVoe have a good rivalry so far. The storyline of Barry in prison is awesome, and I love how they developed Ralph's character during that time. But also, as this is happening, DeVoe is changing bodies all the time, which I think is so stupid. He would have been a much better villain if that never happened. Now, the only problem I have with the first few episodes of season 5 is the Flash's suit is awful, Nora is pretty annoying, and the villains are kind of boring. But otherwise, I didn't see many other changes that I need to make in the first half of the season. Now, on to the second half of the season, where Cicada is no longer a threat, well, it doesn't feel like a threat at least, and is just a terrible villain, so that would need to be changed very dramatically. Cicada just, after the first half of the season, he actually kind of felt like a threat in the first half of the season, but in the second half, he's just terrible. He's just not a good villain whatsoever. However, I really like all the Reverse Flash things in this season. That's why I don't think this season is the worst of them all, just basically because Reverse Flash had such a great plan, such a great storyline, and it was just amazing to watch. The Godspeed episode wasn't that good, especially because he's in the future and not in present day. He's fighting Nora instead of Barry. I think that's really dumb. So yeah, if they could just change the Godspeed episode a little bit, I think that one could have been a really, really great episode. So yeah, to end off Season 5, we can just say that the season was basically saved by Reverse Flash. Besides about one episode, the first half of Season 6 is amazing. Ramsey is such a good villain, and I felt like this first half of the season was incredibly well acted. But then the second half of the season comes around. Episode 10 was fine, but episode 11 was just terrible. If you guys don't remember that episode, it was the Valentine's Day one, and nobody thought it was an actual episode of The Flash. So yeah, that episode would definitely need to be changed. That episode just needs to be deleted from the show, just like episode 5 of season 4. Those ones can both hang out in the trash can. I actually really like the Eva storyline. Although it's not as good as previous storylines on the show, I definitely think it's pretty good. I feel like the second half of Season 6 is a bit underrated, as besides 2 or so episodes, I actually think it is really, really good. But yeah, I'd say that's about it, guys. Make sure you guys comment your thoughts on this video down below. Also, comment if I should make a part 2 to this. Yeah, I say that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.